Shabbat shalom. On I wait for YouTube to go live. Yeah. Okay. YouTube almost there. Sending the data. Sending the data. We got Periscope in the house. We got Facebook fam in the house. Yeah. And we got YouTube finally on, so we can minimize that right there, brothers and sisters. Get it back over there. Let me minimize it. We gonna talk about this Zydeco track. I'm in Houston, Texas. I'm from across the tracks, South Carolina, Hollywood 9517, come across the tracks. But me and the fam is out here in Houston, Texas, loving it. And you know, first off, we're gonna play a little Zydeco this morning. A little track I did. Let me show you how I made this song and everything. Right after this, I'm gonna share this in a couple spots. Right after this song, we'll be right back at you. All right. We gonna take it nice and slow. Trumpet in time about to blow. Can't you see the signs of the times? It's getting late in the game, you should make up your mind. You need to be hot or cold. Lukewarm soldier's gonna lose your soul. Amazing grace, how sweet the sound. Worldwide something's going down. I know you love your low country boy, yo, but you need to get some fire and oil. We gonna take it nice and slow. Trumpet in time about to blow. We gonna take it nice and slow. Trumpet in time about to blow. We gonna take it nice and slow. Trumpet in time about to blow. All right, brothers and sisters, we're going in. Let me put this sound over here. We're going in this morning. Just a little relax on Sunday morning. Had a good Shabbat this weekend. Feeling good. Yeah. 1,000 subscribers on YouTube yesterday. Let's give a round of applause for that. Yeah, 1,000 subscribers on YouTube. I thank everybody for subscribing on YouTube over there. To the Periscope family, I applaud you guys. And to the Facebook family, y'all get that too. Good morning. Good morning. We're going in. We're going to do a little special on Zydeco. I hope I'm saying it right. Excuse me. Charge it to my head, not the hot. Zydeco track. I'm gonna do a little read on Zydeco, what it is. That's my little song. It's a minute long. Just a little something I put together, and I'm gonna show you how I made that song. But first, we're gonna see what that culture, because how I got to do that. I enjoy it. Like I go to it's a barbershop over here, and they play music in the barbershop in Savannah, Georgia, Hardyville, South Carolina. Usually they play some type of R&B, hip hop, or gospel, something like that. Not too much gospel, but usually some type of R&B channel or whatever. But my man out here, he played his music with these, accordions in it. And I'm like, what's that? He's like, Zydeco, and the culture is like Louisiana. But of course, Houston is right here next to Louisiana and New Orleans and all that stuff like that. So I just wanted to share with you, this project I'm working on now. I got 2 songs done, and I'm working on the third one. It's not like the 11 projects that I did this year. It's alternative music. It's different forms of music that I enjoy, that I would put my spin on it. You know what I'm saying? Do my thing with it. So this is Zydeco. So first we're gonna dig in a little bit of Wikipedia and see what that's at. Let me get this stuff off of here. Thanks for them 1,000 subscribers. There's Zydeco. Let me get the book. As did I just joined the cult. You can check that out. All on this website, brotherpub.com. You can read it for free or get it on Amazon for a fee. FE Squidard. $ FE Squad is the cash app. Going to sponsor the ministry. It's all good. Okay, let me get this off the screen. We're going to switch this over. You see this right here. That's my Facebook to the page. All right, we're going to switch it over to here. Blow this up. Hopefully you still can hear me. All right. Zydeco. Make sure y'all can hear me and everything. And if you can read, you're already reading it. So yeah, my microphone is on. Hopefully it's popping. All right. Move this over here so y'all can see. All right. Zydeco. Mhm. Is a music genre that evolved in southwest Louisiana by French Creole speakers, which blends blues, rhythm, and blues and music indigenous to the Louisiana Creoles and the Native Americans, people of Louisiana. Though distinct in origin from the Cajun music of Louisiana, the two forms influence each other, forming a complex genre native to Louisiana. Then I came up in here with it. I like to bring this out too. Um, let me see if I can go down here. Early history, the original term. All right, the in an alternative theory, the term derives from Atacapa people. Right here, look at that. The Atacapa people are the indigenous people of southeastern woodlands who spoke the Atacapa language and historically lived along the Gulf of Mexico. The competing Choctaw people used the term for this people, and European settlers adopted the term from them. The Atacapin people were made up of several bands they called themselves, and it goes on to talk about the indigenous people, and they mix. Listen to this. The word for the youth is the first Europeans in contact with Atacapa translated She, Shoal, or Zila, Cole. 400 years later, the mixed blood descendants of Atacapas and Africans would still sway in synchrony to their raucous music, but with a slightly evolved name, Zydeco. So that's an alternative definition for it. But they people mixed in there. That's a lot of times I be talking about people talking about who we are. A lot of times we don't know who we are as far as ancestors concerned. We know we have African ancestry, but the indigenous ancestry part of the thing is totally lost. You know what I'm saying? Let me get back over here. All right. So many of my brothers and sisters will tend to be like 100% African. When we know over here that we definitely not 100% African. We know that a lot of us are most likely descended, our father lines come from different places in Africa, the Bantus and such in Ghana and these different, well, the Bantu people in particular. But in America, we are over here mixed with the indigenous peoples and the Europeans and the Asians. So this thing called the black race in America is in every diaspora it's going to be like that. You're going to have a mixed group of peoples, of nations coming together to form this so-called black race and this so-called white race. The white race is mixed up with African too. It's just that a lot of whites, so-called whites, don't investigate that part of their family, and they don't want to know that part of their family because what the blacks have been put through in this in America, in the Western Hemisphere, with the Atlantic slave trade and all the things like that. So if whites, so-called whites, have African ancestry, they downplay that. They don't mess with that. And the only way they usually find out is if they get sick or something and come up and they got sickle cell. They're like, oh, whoop. I love my white brothers. You best believe that. My black brother, all y'all. Listen, dig into just Google Charles Darwin and all them brothers from Europe who created this eugenics and classification systems that we are still a box of Skittles fighting today over that mess. A bunch of lies. But God deals with nations. And if you read in the Bible, there is some skin tone things in there that talks about characteristics. But for the most part, You're dealing with nations, brothers and sisters. Nations coming together, nations mixing. But there is a group of people that are totally different than human beings, and these are Satan's children. And this is what we call the Nephilim. And the Nephilim are a product of fallen angels and women. And you can go to Genesis 6 and find it out. Some people believe an alternative meaning to the scripture, but I don't, because I've read Enoch 1, which totally backs up the classical definition of sons of God being fallen angels. And they had children, the Nephilim, and those children all killed each other and drowned in the flood, but their spirits survived. And those spirits today is what we call in our faith demons. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, so we're gonna get back to the Zydeco track. So what I'm gonna do now, I'm gonna take you over to GarageBand. And this part right here, I hope you can hear. It's a little experiment I'm doing to see if I can pull up my GarageBand app and then talk over it while it's playing. So this is a little bit of a test, and I won't be long doing it, but I'm gonna let me switch over. There you go. Now this is GarageBand. To all my producers out here today. Let me blow it up. It's gonna be a track to show you how I do things. Now, so I wanted to do. I'm in Houston, Texas, and I wanted to do a Zydeco track. So what I did, excuse me, I found me a sound that sounded like Zydeco. I'm gonna play that now. There you go. So I was like, yeah, I like that sound. And I just added something to it. Yeah. Put a bass on there. So that was the track. Hopefully y'all heard that. If not, you just hear my voice. And then I added my own lyrics to it. And I mean, I just sat and listened to it. And then I just started writing stuff and saw what stick, what didn't stick. And I came up with my own little, hook.
Oh,
yeah.
We gonna take it nice and slow.
Yeah.
Trumpet in Zion by the blow. Signs of the times, it's getting late in the game.
So I put my little twist on it, and then let's put it all together to make that gumbo, to get that gumbo, that little country boy.
We gonna take it nice and slow. Trumpet in Zion by the blow. Can't you see the signs of the times? It's getting.
And brothers and sisters, that's how I did it. Hopefully y'all can hear what I did. I'm going to cut that out just in case you couldn't hear it. All right, so that was that. That's how I make the tracks. To all y'all potential producers out there, let me get rid of this right here. What was it? Save it. Okay. All y'all potential producers out there, let me tell y'all something. GarageBand is one of the best tools in the upgrade version that is called Logic. I don't need Logic because I'm a solo artist. So as a solo artist, there's no need. Let me throw some stuff back up on the screen, brothers and sisters. Let me see. I got that. I got that. Or Shahid up here. Put my graphics up. Give me the time. They go to FV to the Squizzard. They go to the website right there. We just getting everything up, brothers and sisters. But this morning's been a good morning. I just finished that track up. It's going on. If y'all want to listen to that, you can find it at Bandcamp. This project that I'm building now is on Bandcamp, and I don't know if I'm going to ever take it off of Bandcamp because I'm not in no rush to do this project. And the third song I'm working on now is it's like got a rock and roll feel to it and stuff, but it's like an opera, got a couple movements in it, and it's just like I'm doing alternative stuff now. Still gospel, still, telling my stories, things that I do, and nothing gonna change about that. But I'm just exploring different sounds and stuff. Yeah, man, I enjoy this culture down here, just like where I'm from. I enjoyed the Gullah culture. That's my family. I got a lot of family that are directly, that's their people, Hilton Head Island, St. Helena Island. Shout out to my man Virgil Fripp out in St. Helena. But the culture is real. And then our faith is mixed all into that thing. Not that our faith is the culture, it's just that, that's how we understand it. So we can minister in them areas. You know what I'm saying? So I can go places. Just like when you're talking about BGLOs. I understand the culture so I can minister to those who are in the culture and are in it and want to get out because of their faith. I understand the culture. I know how to speak. I know what's going on, and not that you have to be part of it. I don't have to smoke crack to minister to a crack smoker. But if I'm an ex-crack smoker, it's gonna give me a bit of compassion and insight to that world that might be able to help a little bit, may give me a little bit more information and knowledge to help that person. You know what I'm saying? See that there's another way than smoking them rocks. You've heard me. So, 1,000 subs. Let me hit y'all with some more applause for them 1,000 subs. And I aim them subs one person at a time. Yeah. So if you're ever on YouTube, you can find me at youtube.com/brother P, and that's my channel. I got a lot of videos over there. If you want me to come speak in your town, I'll come. I got some new shoes I got from Goodwill for $12. They're real nice. Let me get my shoes. Don't trip. I know how to. I can put on some shoes now. These cost me $12 at the Goodwill. Brand new bucks. Think something. Ooh, ain't never been worn that much, brothers and sisters. You can find these good deals. Just like I found these good deals at the bookstore the other day. Look at that. Catholic. Let me see. Over here. I'm on the wrong camera. Right there. Catholic for Dummies. You're like, why I got this book? I got this book because in this book, I can go find out some things about the Catholic Church that you might not know. Like, we going into the Christmas season, and the Christmas holiday is literally their holiday. People always talk about pagan this and pagan that, but understand that Christmas is an actual Catholic holiday, and just like Halloween and Easter, these are Catholic holidays. It's just that along with it being a Catholic holiday, it also is some pagan stuff all associated with it and all around it. But it's an actual holiday that they have. And I had another book up here. I got this one like $2 right there. That thing off the chain right there, boy. Woo. Yes, sir. That thing off the chain. Proofs of a Conspiracy. Proofs of a Conspiracy. I bought that for $1.50 or something. That book is from the 18th century, 17 something. This brother was around during the French Revolution, or right after it. And he was down there, and this guy is an insider. This ain't no dude just talking about he researched something. He was recruited. I think in the book, I only got to the first couple pages, recruited by Adam Weishaupt, the founder of the real Illuminati. So he goes in about Germany, the French Revolution. It's some good history. I love history. Real history. And this is why I'm so on this thing in America, because America only teaches their version of history. They don't rock, especially when it comes to the Bible. And the Bible got history in it, especially if you open it up to the Apocrypha, which is the original 1611 King James Bible, and start understanding that it is history. You see, they got, we call him Alexander the Great. He right in there. And what happened? The leader of Egypt, one of the last ones, up in there. And how these books go into how when Rome stepped on the scene, and Greeks and the Syrians stepped on the scene, and what happened. And that's why the thing say it's solid. Yeah, it's solid now, right? Because them books ain't in there. Go unsilence yourself. Go get you a Apocrypha. Go get you a Bible with an Apocrypha in it. They got them. You know what I'm saying? But for some reason, we rocking with these men instead of rocking with those men, and those men don't agree with those men. Ain't got nothing to do with no Holy Ghost. It's what they prefer. These so-called church fathers didn't like this. These church fathers did like this, and they had the power to put this in there, but these ones had the power to put this in there. That's why most people I talk to, they don't have a clue. They be like, What are you talking about? Jesus Christ's name is in the Old Testament. Yahshua HaMashiach's name is in the Old Testament as the Messiah and that he would die. And talking about end times. That's right in 2nd Ezra chapter 7, which is in the Apocrypha. And that's why, people knew who he was. When he came as baby Jesus and died on the cross, they knew what he was. It wasn't no shock to those who was in them scriptures. And that's just like it is today. To those who are in the word, they're not going to be shocked by no Antichrist. They know if the man of lawless and perdition steps on the scene, takes his seat in the temple, it's time. We know the time when Jesus is coming back. We ain't even thinking about Jesus coming back right now because we know things have been, we got to fulfill the book. The man of lawlessness has to take his place in the temple. In what temple? And there's a one slight possibility that the temple, we are tabernacles of the Holy Spirit. And when this Antichrist spirit does what it does in all of these temples down here, maybe that's a small, but I doubt that. I believe it's going to be a real rebuilding of the temple. And when that temple is built, it's going to be a season of peace because this temple is going to be ecumenical to the core. Yes, this is going to be an ecumenical temple, I believe, of all faiths. It's just that the leaders of this thing is going to be Jews who want to practice their religion with and bringing back them sacrifices, letting that blood spill up there. But the man of lawlessness is going to step on the scene through that mechanism. That's why a lot of people discount Zionist Jews or what they call Ashkenazi Jews. I'd be like, they part of the book too. I mean, I don't care if they converts or blood related. That really don't matter when it comes to the prophetic, because the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob you got to look at Nebuchadnezzar. Nebuchadnezzar was used to deal with who? Jacob, Israel. Go read the book of Daniel. You know what I'm saying? Was Nebuchadnezzar Israel? Not. But he gave respect to God, though. Sure enough. He kind of got beside himself for a minute. And that's when he spent 7 years out there eating that grass like a beast. But he went right back on his throne to do what he do. But that's Daniel dealing with the prophet Daniel, Meshach, Rashach, and Abednego. Babylonians, you hear me? Mystery Babylon. We back at it again, brethren and sisterin. You know what I mean? All right, that's enough this morning. We got the Zydeco going on. I ain't going to do no more tracks, but I found that little... I was like, man, I can do something. Let me drop this beat on it. Let me put my little thing on it. Hey, 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 yeah. Oh, oh, oh. We're going to take it nice and slow. Oh, oh. Yeah, the trumpets in Zion gonna blow. Blow the trumpet in Zion. Can't you see the children of Yah crying? There is no denying. Here comes the lion.
Oh, oh, oh. We gonna take it nice and slow. Oh, oh, trumpet in Zion by the blow. Can't you see the signs of the times? It's getting late in the game, you should make up your mind. You need to be hot or cold. Lukewarm soldiers gonna lose your soul. Amazing grace, how sweet the sound. Worldwide something's going down. I know you love your low country boy, yo, but you need to get some fire and oil. Oh, oh, oh. We gonna take it nice and slow. Oh, oh, oh. Trumpet in Zion by the blow. Oh, oh, oh.
Yeah.
We gonna take it nice and slow. Oh, oh. Trumpet in Zion by the blow. Oh, oh, oh. We gonna take it nice and slow.
Oh, oh, oh. And in Zion by the blow.